Here is an example of the Libero control sheet. It is used to identify each team's designated liberos, record all libero replacements and team substitutions, and confirm that all replacements are made correctly. The volleyball rulebook states that at the start of the match, each team designates either 2 liberos for the entire match or 1 or 0 libero per set. This information is submitted on the lineup sheet for set 1. If 2 liberos are recorded on the set 1 lineup sheet, the liberos are designated for the entire match, and the team may use only those 2 liberos in all sets. If any new liberos are listed, let the referee know immediately so the coach can be informed the team cannot change their liberos. If 0 or 1 libero is recorded on the set 1 lineup sheet, the team may select the same, different, or no libero for any subsequent sets of that match. There are a few other rules that are good to be aware of as you prepare the control sheet for the start of the match. No matter how many liberos a team has, only 1 libero for each team may be on the court at a time. There must be a completed rally between libero replacements unless the libero is going to serve. Liberos may serve in one position of a team's serving order. Liberos may be designated as the team captain. Here you see the lineup sheets that have been submitted for the first set of the match between Lightning and Thunder. Lightning has designated 2 liberos for the match, numbers 16 and number 20. Thunder has designated only 1 libero, number 11, and the second box has been marked with an X. Because there is 1 libero designated, you know that in subsequent sets, Thunder may choose to designate the same player, a different player, or no player as the libero. When you receive a lineup sheet with only 1 box filled in, make sure that the second referee checks with the team to see if there will be a second libero. Once the team confirms that they will be using only 1 libero, place an X in the second box of the lineup sheet. Likewise, if you receive a lineup sheet with no libero designated, have the second referee check with the team to see if they wish to use a libero for that set. If it is established that the team will be using no libero, place X's in both boxes. Once the lineups have been submitted and it has been established how many liberos each team will be using, your first step is to enter the lineup information for the first set on the libero control sheet. If you're sitting at the score table, Lightning occupies the bench on your left and Thunder the bench on your right. Enter the appropriate team names on both sides of the sheet right next to the libero boxes. Then enter the liberos for Lightning in the appropriate boxes. Next, enter Lightning's lineup. Make sure that the number in the box from the lineup sheet with Roman numeral 1 ends up in the SP or starting player column on the control sheet next to the Roman numeral 1. Continuing on, each player number from the lineup sheet will match up with the Roman numeral on the control sheet. Now enter the libero information for Thunder in the appropriate boxes on the right side, placing an X in the second box. Next, enter Thunder's lineup, again putting numbers in matching Roman numeral boxes. You see that each lineup has a C on the line next to 1 number. This is the player who will serve as the playing captain while on the court. You do not need to track the captains on the control sheet. Because the liberos are for the entire match when a team uses 2 liberos, fill in the libero boxes on the libero control sheet for all non-deciding sets of this match for Lightning. Because Thunder used only 1 libero in set 1, they will have the opportunity to change their libero for any subsequent set, so do not fill in the L box for subsequent sets for Thunder. Before the set begins, both you and the scorer should check the player positions on the court using the libero control sheet and score sheet. If you find a player on the court who should not be there or is in the wrong position, bring it to the attention of the second referee. After checking the lineups and finding them correct, the second referee signals a libero onto the court for each team. Although you are responsible for all libero replacements for both teams, for example purposes, you'll see only replacements and substitutions for Lightning in this module. When the second referee signals the libero onto the court after the lineup check, libero number 16 replaces number 7 in the back row. Since number 16 is the libero number in the L box, write an L next to the number 7. This is a replacement, not a substitution, so don't slash the 7. When libero number 16 leaves the court, that player may only be replaced by the regular player for that position, or by the second libero, number 20. When you see Lightning's number 7 re-enter the game and replace libero number 16, write 7 next to the L in the player section, but do not slash the L. The libero must now sit out one completed rally before re-entering the game. This means that neither libero can enter the court until a completed rally occurs. This would be true only if a libero is not the next correct server. We'll cover the libero serving shortly. Later in the set, libero number 16 returns to the game for number 7, so write an L next to the 7. Because there are 2 liberos for Lightning, you need to make a different notation on the control sheet depending on which libero is on the court. When the libero in the first box is on the court, use the letter L to show that libero is on the court. Use an R to denote when the libero in the second box is on the court. So when the L, or libero number 16, leaves the court and is replaced by the libero in the second box, number 20, write an R next to the L. The L and the R may alternate positions after each completed rally while that position is in the back row. It is not necessary for the original player, in this instance number 7, to enter between libero replacements, but when the position rotates to the front row, then number 7 must replace the libero who is on the court. In this example, number 7 returns to the court, replacing R, libero number 20. You're also responsible for tracking regular substitutions on the control sheet. Let's go through a couple of different substitution scenarios. You see that number 6 for Lightning is substituted in for player number 7. Although you do not slash the numbers when a replacement happens, you do slash the number of the player leaving the court when a substitution occurs. In this instance, slash the 7 and write a 6 next to it. At the same time, player number 8 substitutes in for number 5. Slash the 5 and write 8 next to the slashed 5. As mentioned earlier, USAV rules allow either libero to serve in one position of a team's rotation. The position may change in subsequent sets. The rule states that there must be a completed rally between 2 libero replacements unless the libero is replacing the player in position 1 and is the next correct server. Let's take a look at what you need to record when a libero serves. At the end of a rally, libero number 16 replaces number 8, so write an L next to the 8. Number 16 then serves. This is the first time a libero has served in this set, so draw a triangle around the Roman numeral 5. From this point forward in the set, this will be the only position that either libero will be allowed to serve. One of your responsibilities is to inform the scorer and the second referee if either libero serves in any other position during the set. At the end of the rally, number 8 returns to the court and libero number 16 exits the court, so write an 8 next to the L. During the same dead ball, number 5 substitutes back into the game for number 8. Slash the 8, since this is a substitution, and write 5 next to the slashed 8. There are instances when an illegal replacement occurs. You need to be alert for these so you can notify the second referee. An illegal replacement occurs when the wrong regular player replaces the libero, or a completed rally does not occur between replacements unless the libero is going to position 1 and is the next correct server. When you notice either of these illegal replacements, immediately notify the second referee. The referee will either address it before the next serve or wait till the end of the rally to assess the correct sanction. Now, let's take a look at what needs to be done differently in a deciding set. First, record the name of the team, Thunder, starting on your left in the far left and far right sections, and the team, Lightning, starting on your right in the middle section. Then, write the appropriate A or B designation next to each team name. Thunder is B and Lightning is A. Next, record the libero numbers for Thunder on the far left, followed by their lineup on both the far left and far right. And finally, record the libero numbers and lineup for Lightning in the middle section. Before the teams switch courts at 8 points, all substitutions for Thunder are recorded on both the far left and far right sides at the time they occur, while the libero replacements for Thunder are recorded on only the far left section. If a libero serves for Thunder before the teams switch courts at 8 points, the triangle over the Roman numeral needs to be recorded on both the left and right side of the sheet. Of course, all substitutions and libero replacements for Lightning, the team on the right, are recorded in the middle section. When the 8th point, or 13th point in a 25-point set, is scored and the teams switch courts, replacements may not take place until after the court switch. If the libero for the team on the left is on the court when the first referee directs the teams to switch courts, transfer the appropriate libero letter to the far right section. Since Thunder's libero was on the court at the court switch, write an L in the appropriate line in the far right section. After the teams switch courts, ignore the far left section of the sheet and track all libero replacements and team substitutions in the middle and far right sections for the remainder of the set. During a timeout, communicate the following information to the second referee: whether each team's libero is on or off the court, and which libero is on the court if the team has designated 2 liberos. Now, you'll take the quiz on this material.